You suddenly travel back 100,000 years to a cave that will eventually be discovered by archaeologists. What do you write on the wall to mess with them? My sincerest apologies to Mr. Hawking for missing his party. It appears I overshot. This really should be the number one answer. It's not even lying or trying to trick the archaeologists. It's just stating a fact in the most hilarious way possible. Then the question becomes, is this cave found discovered after Hawking's party or before? If it is discovered before Hawking threw his party, would he have been made aware of the writing note and have changed his party to something else? Turning it into some sort of self-fulfilling prophecy sort of thing? A hieroglyph of aliens struggling to build the pyramids until the Egyptians intervene. Also a big ring-shaped gate. Oh, like on that show. Wormhole Extreme. The cool S. Lemino is having a heart attack somewhere. Yeah. Shout out for Lemino. Draw a picture of Earth from space. Draw it as Pangea to really confuse them. Signed, Thug Life 3.14159265358979323 and add that S symbol from the 90s. A bunch of stick figure guys with spears, running away from a flying saucer that's shooting lasers at them. Or TIE fighters. Or maybe even the Death Star, though there wouldn't be surviving witnesses for that. Maybe it just blew up another planet in our solar system that doesn't exist anymore. That would explain the asteroid belt. Ahem, the Alderaan belt. A URL that leads to this post. Metastoric. This is the cave Plato was talking about. Will be. No. Was. That will mess with them more. This was the cave Plato was talking about. Carbon date my ink lulz, gotta make sure they don't pass on it because hoax. Carbon date this. No, really. Better make sure you paint it and not carve it then. You have to wake up. They will destroy the capsule soon. Out of all comments, that's the one that would actually disturb me. What do you mean would? You have to wake up. Congratulations, you have found the second clue. To find the third and final clue, go back to the first clue and read it backwards. How to ruin an entire timeline. Who's reading this in 2022? EMC2. A very crude drawing of a man going to town on a woman with two arrows. The arrow pointing to the man would be labeled as me and the woman would be labeled as your mom. Signed 42069 nice. 711 was an inside job. We're expecting self-driving mammoths by next year. Tusk. We can't stall the economy for this so-called ice age. A simple, but recognizable symbol of the hydrogen atom, then two of them and hopefully oxygen, a depiction of water, implying understanding of chemistry. Then a pictogram of some basic math, showing an understanding of calculus. Then a six-fingered imprint that doesn't appear to be human, followed by a bunch of symbols, followed by images indicating a planet circling a binary star, and another showing a basic representation of our solar system below that. Really mess with society as a whole. If you really want it to be believable, make up your number system with a base of 12, to match with the number of fingers in both hands, assuming your hypothetical creature has two limbs that aren't being used for walking. The Babylonians used a base 60 system and counting to 12 on one hand is easy. Just use your thumb to point at the three sections on each finger. 1 to 12 right there. Croatoan. Sammy, are you sure this is our kind of gig? The Winchester boy is immune, as expected. 1 to 10. You're talking about the invention of zero, nearly 100,000 years before it was first seen. Revolutionary mathematics. This would change virtually everything historians know about the past. Probably would need to be pretty explicit to ensure acceptance that is what is happening. Plus. Dash, plus. Dash. Dash, 00 plus, 0. That was an incredible way to graphically describe simple mathematics. Kudos to you or whoever you borrowed it from. I'd write a message in as many different languages as I could. Should throw them through a loop that 100k old cave writings had multiple languages not yet developed in there. I can already imagine the talk show interviews discussing the Tower of Babel. Edit, thank you for the silver. Here may be found the last words of Joseph of Arimathea. He who is valiant and pure of spirit may find the Holy Grail in the castle of Ar. Written in Aramaic, of course. Hashtag X200B, edit, thank you for the awards. This is possibly my most upvoted comment ever over something so pithy. And I've been playing Stellaris a lot recently, where events like this is common enough to get a ha. From my scientist survey ships. Seems he died while writing it. If he was dying he wouldn't just write erg, would he? Perhaps he was dictating? Grove Street for life. Mission passed plus respect. Wait, how did you add sound to your comment? I heard it too, must be some hood witchcraft. The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly, but gets faster each minute after you hear this signal. Beep, a single lap should be completed each time you hear this sound. Ding, remember to run in a straight line, and run as long as possible. The second time you fail to complete a lap before the sound, your test is over. The test will begin on the word start. On your mark, get ready, start in perfect English. Why must you give me PTSD? Find the exact person who will discover said cave, figure out their address, write their address with a specific date, watch them freak out all day. Then we will come for you. In the Witcher books, there was an elf who drew a giant penis on one of the hidden away cave paintings. He was laughing at the idea that the archaeologists would be fascinated by this. To be clear, he drew men hunting a big purple buffalo, and the men had big PPS in order to convince any men who stumbled across it that they were degenerating into a less evolved form. Avalak didn't really like humans. And by having a priceless archaeological artifact on the cave wall, no one would dare destroy the wall to find what was behind it. We have used the last of Earth's magic to seal their dimension and leave you this message in the language of your time. Proceed no further. You must not destroy the barrier. If released, they will bring the downfall of your species as they have done to ours. Do not break the barrier. Kilroy was here. We're coming back when the experiment ends. It won't end well for you. I would write myself a reminder to make a post almost exactly like this a few weeks ago. Edit, it worked. Damn, proof of time travel right here on Reddit, the Karma Whore main central station. Bad Wolf. Are you interested in earning big money? Become a girl boss with Herbalife. Or, we've been trying to reach you about your car's warranty. Have a nice day. In Klingon. Does Klingon have a word for nice? I'm pretty sure in Klingon the closest translation to have a nice day is today is a good day to die. Say that I am a time traveler from the year 3000. Not much has changed, but we live underwater. And your great-great-great-granddaughter. The lyrics to Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. Imagine discovering ancient drawings in a cave and essentially getting prehistorically rickrolled. Edit, holy sh. This blew up in a way I was definitely not expecting. Thanks to all of you and especially to the kind stranger who gave me gold. It's like my third day on Reddit, this is nuts, ha ha ha. Find out how to write them in an ancient language so someone has to translate it, only to reveal they've been rick-rolled through time. I feel like it would be really funny to find the original Star Wars opening crawl carved into a cave. So, to clarify, it would be found in 2022? If they could carbon date it for proof, it'd write something about COVID in a modern language, draw a meme, relevant to the discovery because meta jokes are fun and boggle minds, do all sorts of psychedelic art. Write something about COVID in a modern language, I'm the last human alive. The cure for the Omega variant is here in the past. Hurry. I just imagine a scientist calling a meeting amongst peers genuinely asking if anyone knows how to travel back in time to find a cure. They eventually find a way to the past and they send you as their test subject just to find out there is no cure. Desperately you find a cave and write a lie in the wall with hopes the people from the future can see what was written and can rescue you from the past. Days, weeks, years go by, your hair starts to turn gray, your body is weak but you haven't lost your hope. Suddenly your weakened body steps on a rock and falls face up, the stars are brighter than ever, a tear comes from your eyes as your breath slows down, you finally close your eyes with a smile on your face. This was the cure all along. Maybe if you spread COVID in the past, we'll be immune in the future.